Alrighty guys, here we go, day 3. So we are working on core and balance today. So let me first give you a list of the exercises that we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing a plank, followed immediately by a balance combination. So one of the other things I'm going to be talking to you about in future challenges and future days ahead is how to modify and or take the same type of exercise that we've been doing and maybe take it up a notch for the time when you're ready to do that, because there will be a time when you want to take something somewhat simple and make it a little bit tougher, okay? So I'm going to show you that today with the plank. We're going to do a high plank, and then I'm going to show you what I call a compound plank, in which we're going to be lifting one arm and the opposite leg, okay? So we're going to be doing that. Immediately following that, we're going to be doing a standing leg balance challenge, okay? So it's going to require getting up, going right to balance, and then getting back down. So I'm going to encourage you with the balance challenge to start with trying to hold the challenge itself for maybe around 30 seconds to start, okay? Most of the time, people don't really think about how tough that really is. So if you think about all the times that you're standing on one foot maybe, or you're bending over to get something, okay, and you feel a little unsteady, how long do you think you could hold that if you had to, okay? Most of the time when we take a fall, when we hurt ourselves, 90% of the time, you know, it comes out of the blue. It surprises us. So the more we practice it, the better we get at it, okay? So that's the goal today. So challenge number 2, we're going to do a lunge combination. We're going to go right into a single leg lift from there. If you're familiar at all with yoga, this might be somewhat similar to a warrior 3 position, okay? So we're going to go from a lunge right into a balance challenge from there, those two, and you can practice those for just short bits of time or long bits of time, okay? Then we're going to move into the glute section. So I'm going to start in a bridge, okay? So we're going to start with a hip bridge. We're going to go from there into a single leg lift, okay? All right, and then I'm going to show you from there, we're going to do just a basic glute press. So we're going to actually start with that one first and then move to the bridge, okay? So those are your 3 challenges today, okay? And then probably at the end, I'm going to just give you one more little tidbit, one more little extra emphasis on core, and we'll just have to wait to the end before you can see that, okay? So exercise number 1 is a plank. So I've got my mat all laid out, okay? So I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but if you don't have a mat, you can use a beach towel, okay, or a blanket even, or even take a sheet and fold it in half and place it on a floor, depending on where you're doing your workout. All of our workouts can be done at home, at the office, at the gym, even outside. And in Raleigh today, it's really raining like cats and dogs outside. So we probably don't want to go outside today for that reason. But if you work out, say, in your garage at home, that could be an option for you too, okay? So plank time first, okay? So what I'm going to do is come on over to my mat, okay? High plank here, so hands, wrists right under shoulders, feet about hip distance apart, okay? So I'm going to stay here, okay, assuming that you hold this for about 30 seconds, okay? Now watch me. I'm going to pick up my right arm and my left leg like so, okay, and down. You don't have to hold that for very long for it to work for you, okay? So let's try that again. Right arm, left leg. If that's too difficult, my recommendation is start with the foot. Start by picking up the foot first and then add the hand, okay? Now let's do the other side, okay? So up and down, okay? Up and down, okay? So your challenge with that is to do 10 on each side if you can. But please bear in mind, if all you can do is lift the leg, then please start with that. And if none of that is a possibility for you, okay, then what I would recommend is that you start on your back with a separate core exercise, which I'm going to show you a little bit later, okay? All right, so let's say that we've done 10 of those. So we're going to move right into our balance challenge next, okay? So let's go from high plank here, okay? Take a step in, 1 foot, okay? Now you're going to stand up like this and balance, okay? All right, so your challenge is to go right into it from the plank combination and hold this for about 30 seconds if you can. So if you've got to watch with a second hand, maybe you can set your phone, maybe you can set a timer, okay? And just stay here and see how long you can hold that. It's okay to fidget just a little bit. because keep in mind, balance is supposed to be unsteadiness, okay? But it's working through that unsteadiness that gets us stronger, okay? So your challenge on that first section is to do 10 of the plank combination, followed by 1 balance challenge for each leg, okay? So you can do 20, say, of the plank combination and then each of the balance, or you can split it up into almost like 2 sets, okay? Choice is yours. Okay, so now next challenge is a lunge. So I'm not going to step away from my mat here, okay? I'm going to step back like so into a lunge. Now I'm going to review lunge position with you first. Start with your feet hip distance apart, always. Widest point of the hips, that's where your feet go. When you step back, you want to maintain that distance. So step back, so that way you're not walking the tightrope, okay? Step back, you've still got space between your feet, okay? Arms out to the side. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to lunge, okay? We're going to step up, almost like a warrior 3, right here. You can rest your hands on your low back, or you can take your arms out in front. And again, balance here. So what I would like for you to do there is count to 10. So let's do that. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, okay? I want you to do that on both sides, okay? Now, your challenge is to get at least 1 of those today, okay? But if you're feeling so inclined, let's try 2 sets of that, okay? All right, so we got 1 set of the first challenge. We've got 1 to 2 sets of the second. So let's go in and learn about how to do the bridge first. But first I'm going to start in what I call a modified bridge, or some people refer to it as a bird dog pose. We're going to start in our hands and knees like so, wrists under shoulders. This is an option if you struggle with doing planks, okay? This is a good way to start. So let's take the arm and the leg out like so. You want your arm and leg to be as much in a straight line as you can, okay? All right, and again, you want to count for about 15 seconds if you can, okay? And then change and do the same thing on the other side, okay? So we want to try to get at least 3 of those, okay, if you're doing the modification. Now, if you're doing okay with the planks, or maybe you're not, but you can do them, but you still struggle with them, I would rather you do that than do the bird dog. I'm just showing you an option for those of you that cannot do a plank yet, okay? That is an option for you. That is a lot less core involvement, but you're still getting some challenge there, okay? So let's move into bridges next. This is one of my favorite exercises to do. And in my opinion, it is completely underrated, okay, in my industry. So we're going to start lying down, okay? So start by lifting the hips like so. That is a true bridge. Now, I want you to do some pulses here first, okay? That really gets into the glutes more. Now, we're going to add a single leg press to that. So let's take the leg up and let's do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides, okay? Keep the hips up the whole time. That's, in fact, part of the challenge, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, okay? And then 10 more of these on the back end. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, okay? So we've got 10 bridges to start. You've got 10 leg lifts, 10 leg lifts, and 10 more bridges. So all in all, that's 40 in one set, okay? And your challenge is to get 3 of those, okay? So you can do them all at once, or you can do them in individual sets if you like to, okay? Now, here's the last little extra added bonus for you, okay? A little extra core work, okay? This exercise I like to call a Russian twist. Now, if you have something heavy that you can hold, doesn't have to be a weight. It can be something heavy like a book. It could be a water bottle. It could be something heavy that you have at home, okay? Sometimes when I don't have a prop to do this, what I do is I clasp my hands together like so, okay? Feet are up like this. Move your knees to one way and take your hands the other way, just like so, okay? All right, move side to side. Phenomenal exercise for the core because Not only does it get into the abs, it gets into the obliques, uses a little bit of the low back. If you need a lower option for that, okay, start with your heels on the ground, and again, move the knees sideways, but don't let your feet leave the floor, okay? That's a way to make it a little easier. The way you make this one tougher for when you're ready for that is to take the legs up a little higher and then move sideways, okay? So that's your challenge today, okay? So let's review, okay? We've got the plank combination first, okay? We've got the balance challenge right after it. We've got the lunge with the balance challenge together, okay? For those of you that take yoga, it's like a warrior 3 if that helps you remember. And then we have the glute bridge combination, okay? You can do the bird dog too if you want a little extra something, and the Russian twist on the end, okay? So all in all, that's core and balance for today, okay? Tomorrow, I've got another extra challenge for you, so we will talk then. So make sure you post in the group when you're done. Reach out if you have questions. Always hustle for your muscle, folks. Bye.